amazing guest today. Again, another. I mean, he could go for creative, but like his resume and his everything that he does is so superb, and he's a good friend of mine. And I'm gonna just intro him in. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're gonna take it off with our guest, which is Tom Devlin. Listen up, guys. If I move my mouse, okay, I can see my notes. All right, Tom Devlin has been working professionally as a special makeup. Hold on, I heard someone that just popped in the studio, and it's probably this weenie cake. Brent!
Back! Yay!
What's up? How are you? You came in quick. You came in just at the nick of time because I know you want to be on this segment. Oh, because you're a huge fan. So let me just start it off. So Tom Devlin has been working professionally as a special makeup artist, effects artist since 2001. If you ever met Tom, it is clear that monsters, horror movies, and Halloween are not just a job for him, but a passion. Through his company, 1313 Effects, Tom has provided creatures and special makeup effects on over 100 films, working with many of actors and directors that inspired his path. In addition to his work in film and television, Tom created a line of Halloween masks. Yes, he did, for the Halloween attraction industry. He sold his creations to some of the most well-known haunts, including mine, across the country from 2010 to 2015. Yes, he did. In 2011, Tom appeared as the contest on season 1 of Sci-Fi's reality series Face Off, and I watched it, and I'm a huge fan. He quickly became a fan favorite with his winning horror villains, Teddy Told Me To, a terrifying take on the teddy bear. After years of creating monsters, through his work, Tom has wanted to open a museum to share his art collection with the world, and he has. A few notable films credits have been Evil Bong 3, 666 Evil Bongs, and 777, Killjoy 3, Killjoy Goes to Hell, Killjoy Psycho Circus, Gingerbread versus Evil Bong, which you guys gotta check out the Evil Bongs. Check out the Evil Bongs, because let me tell you, I watched it on Cedar a bit because someone was live broadcasting it, and then I watched it on, I think it was Tubi had it, and it's one of those things where I had to stop because I was trying to multitask, and I had to stop what I was doing just to say, Will, you gotta watch it without multitasking because it's gonna bust. You're gonna bust up laughing, and it gives you everything of horror too. Puppet Master, X-Files, and then of course Face Off. You guys, please let me introduce you to my friend, my buddy, Tom Devlin. Hey Tom, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
It's good. Let me tell you, I miss you so much. Let me just say this, Tom, you guys, I met Tom at Transworld. And let me just tell you this. When I met him, he looked like a skater guy from like California from the suburbs. I was like, you're cool. And he loved horror. And I was like, you're amazing. And I ran up to his booth, and I do have a picture of his booth. I ran up to his booth, and I sat here and I said, I walked into his booth, and I just love this work, and I said, okay, how much? And I ordered his work from him and his mask, and he was, you're amazing and amazing creative, and I'm so blessed to have you. I'm so blessed to follow you and follow your work and everything that you've been doing. You've been a madman, a mad science behind it all, and welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. It's been a long time, and
it has.
Blessed to follow me, but I'm blessed that you do follow me.
Look, first of all, I remember the mask that you had hanging on. You had like this called the Fright Zone, and you had these masks on the walls, and I got so geeked. And what I love about them is you made them affordable, but yet they were so stylish. And I bought several of them, and just had them in, and I remember when you shipped it to me, I was a geek, and I opened it up, and I was looking at these masks. I was like, all right, let's create characters, and I put some of the best costumes with your mask, and I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me. You like helped my haunt out, like, and I just want to say thank you for that.
Good. good time back then, and nobody else was making affordable front of the face masks back then. Now you can get them everywhere. Every company has a front of the face mask. Trick or Treat Studios, everybody. But back then, nobody did. I was the guy.
I would when I ran up to you and I saw that it was affordable, I literally was like, I gotta get it. And I bought several masks, and I started and my and you can see some of my characters with on Blumhouse. When I teamed up with Blumhouse and did some haunts, I put them with Hard Rock Hotel, and I just want to say thank you for being so cool, man, and thank you for thinking about the little ones because it allowed me to flap my wings and get out there. So I appreciate you.
Very cool.
Yeah. So we got a packed show for you. Go ahead, say something. I know you want to say something. Go ahead.
I'm such a big fan of your work, man. It's so good to meet you. But I am such a big Killjoy fan. I love Killjoy, and it's an honor to have you on the show because I love Killjoy. One of the best movies.
Killjoy 4 is probably one of my favorite full moon movies I ever did, and Killjoy 3 was just one of the best experiences. That's right there. Yeah.
Yes, I literally had to stalk your work.
God, it's so wicked, dude.
But this is Killjoy. If you guys haven't seen the film, look up Killjoy. It is out on all platforms, right?
Yeah,
it's everywhere, and you can.
It's awesome, guys. You gotta check it out. It's funny.
It was so funny because Brent. I remember we were working on something. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you about my favorite movie," and he goes, "This is Clowns, Killjoy," and he pulled it up, and I was like, "Killjoy." Didn't know you were a part of that, so that was awesome to see that as well. So, but let's first of all let's talk about just your background and how you get started into all of this. Tell us.
So I mean, I was like most kids. I was real into monsters as a kid. I grew up on Man and Ninja Turtles, and I just love fantasy and creatures, and in school that turned into Dawn of the Dead and Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger. The Toxic Avenger was a huge inspiration for me as a guy, and I just always wanted to make monsters. It wasn't until mid-high school that I decided it's what I was going to do for a living. From that point, there was no putting the brakes on. I dropped out of high school, moved to Hollywood, got a job on X-Files, and the rest is.
And you've done, from that point on, you've done so much work. I mean, I had to go on IMDb, and I was like, kept scrolling. I kept scrolling. I was like, oh my God, let's go. Yeah. And let me just tell you, Toxic Avenger is a great film. And for you to bring that up, I now understand your style, and I understand your inspiration because it comes from that.
So much of my work comes from the look of Toxie. A lot of He-Man characters fall into my work. And then the artwork of John Carl Buechler, who created Troll and Friday the 13th Part 7, his style, as a kid, I pretty much pilfered it. And so that Ghoulies look is very much what I do. And I love rubber monsters like John did.
Yes. You mentioned a little bit of your horror movies. What was that horror movie that kind of inspired you to jump in? I think you probably mentioned it.
I mean, Toxic Avenger was one of the biggest inspirations to actually make a go at this. And then also Puppet Master. I was a huge Puppet Master fan.
Oh my God.
To end up doing 3 Puppet Master films, I mean, that was a huge deal for me.
Yes. And I mean, I'm looking at your pictures and I was just like, oh my gosh, you're literally
right there that I made for Blade the Iron Cross. Got 27 fully animatronic.
Yeah,
what I feel like got really rushed over it was wow. I gotta get it to stay focused. What got rushed over, I feel like just for a sec, it blew me away. Like I'm sitting here trying to think, like you dropped out of high school, and how far away from California were you? Like you just,
I lived in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, and I was a terrible student, man. Like I was in all the special ed classes. It was rough. So, but I'm incredibly focused at what I love.
Yes.
I knew that I was gonna do this. So it really was like my girlfriend at the time had already graduated, so we packed up the pickup truck and moved to Hollywood. And that, I went to a makeup school. Like, I went to school for makeup, but I never took an effects class. It was all beauty makeup. And then after the beauty course, they told me there was no effects course because the teacher was out on a job or something. So I got a internship on X-Files, and that lasted for like a week, and they hired me full-time.
Nice. Now, when you did X-Files, was that the whole start of you creating more creatures? I mean, yes, it was naturally done for you, but was that like the platform where here's a budget, here's what we're creating, go?
No, I mean, I worked with a big team, and I worked with an Academy Award winner, Matthew Mungle, who did Bram Stoker's Dracula. There was about 7 of us. A guy named Clinton Wayne was really a mentor to me, and a guy named Tim Considine worked there. And Tim had created Toxic Avenger Part 4. So I was a huge Toxie fan, and he took me under his wing. A bunch of those guys took me under the wing. I was a kid, man, and these guys were full-blown effects artists. They taught me everything I know. And I worked there. We worked not just on X-Files, but my first movie, Scorpion King. And then I did Terminator 3, Charlie's Angels 2, Daredevil, like huge Hollywood shit when I was a kid. So in 2002, I started 1313 Effects and went out on my... The funny part about all that is I didn't move to LA to work on Terminator 3. I moved to LA to work on Puppet Master. So I was always a low-budget punk rock kind of guy. And I wanted to work for Troma and Full Moon and those guys, you know.
Yes, which you've done that, you know.
I gotta ask you.
Shoot.
How did you create such a crazy character, such a killjoy?
Oh, here we go, another killjoy.
So the original killjoy from Part 1 was already created, and then the original killjoy from Part 2 was Pega, who's in this makeup. But that was already created. They had very different makeup. So if you notice, not a lot of people know this, but the scars that are on his forehead are actually representing the makeup from Part 1. Like, all of his makeup from Part 1 is in scars on his forehead. And the rest is just my sculpture on.
I do want to say this. Tom is traveling for his film, which we're going to talk a little bit later on it, so that's why. So you guys, if you guys see a little lag, I do apologize. He is traveling, and
I'm in the Rocky Mountains right now in a snowstorm.
Oh no way!
Wow,
yeah, it's pretty wild. I left last night. I left Nevada, and today we're in. I'm right outside Denver right now.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so he's gonna spend some time with us, and so if it gets lagging. Oh wait, what was you showing us? Oh wow, yep, you were there.
I got a question for you, Tom.
Go ahead, Brent.
What can we find in your museum in Las Vegas? Like, what kind of stuff?
So my museum, it's a love letter to practical effects. It's all pretty much preserve the art and history of practical effects from silent film era all the way up to modern day. So everything in the museum is a work of art, and it's all handcrafted by myself. But it's everything from Frankenstein to Freddy Krueger. You know, we have anything that had to do with practical effects, and then a lot of my screen-used movie props live there as well.
I'm sure. Going back to, I'm going to go back to this slide here, the first one. It is Tom Devlin's Monster Museum, and it's in Vegas.
Right outside Boulder City, right by the Hoover Dam.
Now, if you come from California, you hit Boulder City first, right? From what I remember.
If you come from Arizona, you hit Boulder City first. If you come from California, you'll come in near South Point.
Okay. Check it out, because I remember, you had Carpetbagger. He showed up with this camera, and a lot of these Halloween and horror bloggers showed up to your museum to document it, because it's amazing. And guess what? We're coming too. So you better get ready for that. I do want to say this: you have a haunted house as well, a 6-year haunted house. So you guys, first of all, let's just say this: Tom, special effects, right? He's in film, he's doing it. Then he goes, "I'm going to create a makeup line. I'm going to make it affordable for the little one." That was me. Okay, and I was like, yes. And Scaredy Cat Cat, I know you managed, these monsters. We had Tom's masks. and make some amazing characters with them. And so I was so excited. This, first of all, let me just say this is him. With IC, this is ICP.
Oh, that's God, what is that?
It's
ICP.
It was from a movie called Death Racers. Got my head cut off by Shaggy.
No way.
Yeah.
That's dope.
No way.
Dude.
It's dope. Like they played at Rob Zombie Great American Nightmare, which is one of my haunts too.
Wait, actually have that chain of the Juggalo or whatever. The
yeah.
man.
Oh my gosh, they showed up for it, and that's what I love about Tom. He's so down to earth. Like he's real.
I'm on my way to Chicago, and I plan on trying to get Violent J to come to my movie, but I don't know if he'll come, but I'm gonna try.
You gonna try to get Violent? Wait, you said Silent J?
Violent J, yeah. So
Silent J, okay.
Is showing up at Days of the Dead Chicago, and our movie's playing Chicago the same night.
We gotta go to a con and meet up.
Out or something, because I love ICP.
Yes, ICP. Yeah, they did a good job at the show and went through the haunt and totally enjoyed it. But you have a haunt in, like, first of all, again, he created. He's in film. He's doing these amazing makeups. He's also went into face-off sci-fi. Before I go to the rest of the resume, tell me about face-off for you. How was that experience? Because that was the first season, right? It's never been done before.
I was on the first season. I was on 7 episodes. It really was a cool thing. It was like going to camp, like going to Mexico, you know. I got to use other people's materials and make whatever the challenge was. It was a good time, man. Like I love that. I wish that show would show up on Netflix.
Right? I mean, they need to start airing it so we could just go back, because I remember watching you, and again, didn't know like we would connect at Transworld, but like I was just a huge fan, and you were doing some amazing things, and that's where you created this Teddy, right?
Yeah, yep, that's where Teddy was in.
Yeah, when we I found out about you, and he said we were going to make a show, and I watched your trailer, and then ended up watching an interview, and I found out that it was at least the interview described tonight, how as soon as you made the mask, or at least the interview made it sound like once you made the mask and came up with the character, you started writing a script almost instantaneous, and that's what sold me on the film, at least, because I'm definitely thinking I'm going to go see it. And what it sold me on it, because you took something that you got inspired from creating. You inspired from, what was it? The Hills Run Red, was it?
Yeah.
And I found that inspirational. And so far, like everything you talk about is inspirational, man. Who will drop everything, drop out of high school, move all the way across the U.S. just to chase a dream? That's inspiring right there. So I was curious, like what type of individual would open up a museum of haunted, scary and practical effects.
I have a superpower of my superpower is I can jump into a pool without knowing if there's water in it. You know, like I don't I just go. And it's very similar to what we're doing right now.
Just sleep.
We made this little movie Teddy told me to, and I booked 11 4 weeks. We're touring across country. Fingers crossed people show up. I mean, so,
yeah. You're like the Limp Bizkit of like of haunt and special. I swear to you, I like he was like he lived his life. You know, he didn't have to follow suit on a different path. He lived his life. And let me just say this, Tom. I'm a perfectionist, but like everyone is so excited to have you. They're asking questions out of order, and it's. I'm like, they're already took us the film and then Killjoy and this. I'm like, listen, I sent them talking points.
I'm just fangirling over the Killjoy. Big fan.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah. But let me just say this. So tell me about your museum open when? It's open.
Say that again? We opened 6 years ago. It's open 10 every day, and you know, the museum's awesome. It is one of those truly, if you build it, they will come. Nobody knew that we needed a monster museum in Boulder City, but everybody loves it. So,
but it makes sense to have it. It's for so hold up. So let's just go back. So you did Transworld, you made it line, and then you went away. Because I was ready to buy more stuff, and I was like, where did it go? I was searching.
The problem was I had the most affordable mask at Transworld.
Yes.
And on year 5 at Transworld, everybody else had them too. And, you know, we lost a lot of business. Then a new buyer came around for the Six Flags parks. I used to sell those 11 different Six Flags parks, and those were huge orders. And they got a new buyer, and they bought from someone else. And I ended up just selling my company to a company called Ghoulish, and I packed it up, and I moved to Vegas. So it was good. I missed it, but it was so much work, man.
Yeah, and you reinvented yourself, and you struck gold with this museum, and then also you literally, I mean, to me, it's like smart to have a horror monster museum in Vegas, right? Which is a tourist trap right there, but also a haunt, you guys, a haunted house. Tell us about. Well, first of all, before you tell us about the haunted house, I just want to show them your haunted house. Check it out, guys. Here is Tom Devlin's Monster Museum haunted house. That was our sponsor, and a shout out to Fright Zone. So tell me about it. So here we go, guys. So he's did makeup, on TV, face off, masks line, museum, and now a haunt. Okay, tell us about it.
The thing is, the haunt, it made sense. We did a haunt at the museum every year. We do a lights out flashlight tour where we replace some of the figures with live actors, and it's really cool. It's called Nightmare. And the 3rd year, we got a building next door, a 2,000 square foot building with about, I'd say, 1,000 square foot yard space. And we just built it. It's a smaller haunt, but it has a lot of heart, and people love it, man. So we do a 2-for-1 price. It's $30 for the both of them. And, you know, we don't have the biggest attendance in Las Vegas, but I think we have the highest ratings.
Beautiful. Again, you guys should check it out. You guys are closed now, but during the October season, you guys can check it out. The Nightmare at the Museum and Fright Zone. I love it because you're still taking your names with you. That is awesome, Brandy.
I had all this signage and banners that said, so I just kept it.
Made sense. Again, I'm learning from Tom because I'm the guy that like, all right, guys, we're going to spend X amount. It's like, no, that's his name. And I love seeing your work still going, and you and so what, you reinvented yourself, because some people don't believe in reinventing themselves. I'm like, no, do it. And if you keep that branding there, run with it. I mean, you're winning.
The Fright Zone name comes from He-Man Hordak's baby.
Say that one more time. You're breaking up.
Anybody out there is a He-Man fan, Hordak's base was called the Fright Zone.
Let's go. Bring it in.
Hour of Grayskull.
Yep.
Bring it in. Bring it in. Let's go. I love it. So go ahead.
So this is more of a question for me and my fandom. I'm a big fan. You know, you talk a lot about being a fan of practical effects and stuff, which I love. I love practical effects. Like CGI gives me a headache a lot of times. Do you like the old school, like Japanese giant monster movies where they're all big on the costumes and all that?
Yes, huge. My dream job as an artist would get stuck on a Power Ranger series in my life.
Oh, let's go! Tom!
That would be cool. I love those old school Jap. Now, who's your favorite? Like the old school, you talking like the classic. You got Ultraman, Zone Man, Gamera, Godzilla.
I love Ultraman, but Godzilla 1985 holds a soft spot in my heart.
Listen, Tom, Tom, let me just say this. We're falling in love with you. each one of us is fall in love with you. I swear to you, because now you totally just tickle his fancy. He's the guy. He's right there. Go ahead.
There's a Godzilla tattooed on my foot with a cowboy hat, and then there's one on my back of my cat.
That's awesome.
I love guts. We found someone who like. You found someone who likes this movies too. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. I can't wait. They got a new movie coming out. They announced it like yesterday, like on Godzilla Day, was it? I can't remember. I've been out for a week. I've been out of the internet for a week. What
would be a good takeaway for your patrons attending your museum?
You know, my biggest takeaway is just it's not even made just for horror fans. The horror fans love it, but it's to understand the artwork. I mean, everybody knows that Boris Karloff played Frankenstein's monster, but not everybody knows who Jack Pierce is, who created Frankenstein's monster, the Mummy, Bride of Frankenstein, the Wolfman. I want people to understand the artist behind the work.
Yes, I love that. So the takeaway is that they can learn more about not just the creature but the creator.
Yeah, because a lot of people that are not geek, they watch these movies and they just think those monsters exist. Like nobody thinks about the person that made that out of clay and painted it, especially in the 30s. You know what I mean? Like John Chambers, who Planet of the Apes in 1988, changed the world. There would be no Freddy Krueger, no Buffy the Vampire Slayer, no Hellboy without John Chambers in Planet of the Apes. So my big push is that people understand the legends behind what we did.
Right, you give them that voice. How do you feel? Go ahead, Jarrord. I'm sorry, I keep.
You get a lot of inspiration from the classic Hammer films from like Universal.
I love Hammer films. I love the Universal monster movies. I love cinema. So I also don't just love horror. I love all movies, man. Like I like movies. So yeah.
What'd you think about they failed at the attempt, but did you happen to like give it a chance, or at least I didn't even watch it. The Universal tried to relaunch the I guess you would call it the Hammerverse, but they're Universal monsters. You know, I think they tried with what is that movie called? The Mummy. What'd you think about those? Did you like take a look at it, or because that was their?
I enjoyed their Wolfman movie, and I enjoy their movies. They're fun to watch. They've never successfully brought back the classic monster through line. The way I recently just directed a film called Las Vegas Frankenstein, which is the first of a series I'm going to do of my own take on the classic monster.
Nice.
And got some really cool cameos, like Daniel Roebuck, who just played Grandpa Munsters, is in our movie, and Noah Hathaway, who was a great original never in our movie. We're going to tie all that together. It'll be like really other monster films as well.
Yeah, for sure. I have a question. How does it feel to produce and create some memorable horror icons and props for future films?
It's awesome. I grew up loving these movies, so to produce stuff that people get tattoos of or collect is awesome.
Yeah. That's okay. So, would you want to play? So, we're gonna segue to a game that we play called "Take It or Skip It," okay, or stream it or miss it. And this is something that we all kind of chip in. And Jarrord, he's gonna like tell us the background of the movie, and then we're gonna watch the trailer. But we want you to play with us before we segue to the second segment. All right, is that okay?
This is a crazy game for me because I will tell you the last trailer that I watched was 2001.
Wait. Say that. Like, say it one more time.
The last trailer that I watched, like, to see a movie was Meet the Parents in 2001 or 2000.
No way. Why?
Mad respect. Trailers are giving away too much.
I hate it. In Meet the Parents, they told every single joke in that trailer. I pride myself as the only guy that went into The Dark Knight and didn't know two things was in the movie.
Wow.
To watch trailers.
That's one thing. So this is 100%. I gotta watch it. Wait, does that say Wicked on the top?
You know what it is? Not a groundbreaking. Nothing you've never. One of those
You're cutting out pretty bad at the moment.
Hold on, Tom. You're cutting out really bad. It's okay. Yes, that's a little bit better. Yeah.
So the whole thing with the movie is it's not original. It's not nothing you've ever seen, but it's really fun. You know, and it's like one of those movies you rent on a sleepover or watch it on Halloween with your buddies. It's a good yell at the screen horror film. You know?
Yeah,
those are fantastic. You know, those are fun. You know, get a little popcorn going. You know, maybe if you're in the right state, a little something, and you enjoy the hell out of it.
Yeah.
So let's hop into it. Tell us about it. Let's go about Teddy told me to. I keep saying Teddy told me to do it. I keep saying that. Teddy told me to.
Everybody, it's a tough. But the thing is it's about a couple that buys a rundown, closed down haunted attraction with a lurid past, and they reopen the haunted attraction. Of course, that urban legend comes back, creates a whole group, but it's based on me and my wife. Open the haunted attraction. And,
I'm sorry.
Based on the what?
It's based on the what? We lost that.
Sorry, yeah, there's a tow truck out here, and I think his. I think.
Oh, man.
But yeah, they lose my wife opening her own on it.
I can't hear him.
I think we lost.
Did we lose him? Oh no! Yeah. No! Look, you guys, it is a technical day. Oh my God. Cat made it back. Hey, Cat. How are you? Look. I just dropped out. Are y'all there? Okay. Sorry. So, if Tom comes in, Brent, keep an eye on him if he comes in. Man, it's like we're getting to... There he is. There you are.
There he is.
All right.
There's a tow truck outside that is causing tons of interference.
Gotcha.
But
so
here's the grassy plains.
Go ahead, Jarrord, with your questions for Tom. Will I pull up something real quick?
Yeah, I see. I believe I saw it right. You created Teddy on Face Off, if that's correct. What was the and I saw you were inspired by the Hills Run Red and stuff and all that. Was there any other options besides a teddy bear? Have you like thought about doing rabbits and stuff? Because that's becoming such a popular category. It's like animatronic almost. And I get that feel.
Crazy thing, the teddy bear. Hold on one.
Remember, kids, buckle up when riding in vehicles.
So here's the thing with the teddy bear. Before 2010, when I created Teddy on the show, there was no scary teddy bears at haunted houses or at CVS.
No.
There was no scary teddy bear map. I don't want to take full responsibility, but it's a real coincidence.
Take it, Tom.
That I made this furry face, button-eyed bear, and the next 2-3 years, like they showed up at every year Halloween. You know what I mean?
Every spirit every when I say every, you guys, every, and I remember seeing that transition, but it was from him. Go ahead.
It was a crazy thing. So to make other characters like that, I've done it for other haunts and other people, but I've had 2 other films already rip off the character, and I mean it's just a thing. It happened. So I don't know. I just stick with the bear.
Tom, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Is this is this movie kind of like Hell House in a way? Like they buy a haunted house and
similar.
Okay.
Yeah, there's an old movie from early 2000s, Dark Walker, and that takes place at a haunted house as well. It took Dark Walker and mixed it with Sleepaway Camp 2. That's my movie.
Okay.
Woo. Cool. Let me say this. So, what is your strategy plan in exposing this film to the world?
So right now we're on what I call the Teddy Takes America tour. We played sold out shows last night in Las Vegas.
Wow. Congratulations on that.
Now we are on our way to Salem, Massachusetts, where we're showing on the 9th. And then we go to Bangor, Maine, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Indianapolis, Chicago, Dallas, Kansas City, Phoenix, and LA. So we're just showing it by parading it around like a punk band.
Yeah, this is totally a punk band. Let me just say this. It's so dope. You're not coming on the East Coast. Like, we're not going to be able... I'm in Atlanta now, Tom. So
I was just looking. Like, I think the closest will be Texas.
Yeah.
We got the Texas Theater in Dallas. It has a balcony. It's beautiful.
Cat can share it with us.
Let me just say this: you are putting on like a badass tour because you're doing all of this in what, before Christmas.
Yeah, our last show is LA, November 30th.
Wow, and where would that be at?
That's at the Los Feliz 3, which is right in the center of Hollywood. And the cool thing about that theater is the classic monster movie, like Frankenstein. 30.
Let's go. This is exciting. Okay, so you also have these. Like you showed me the other day. The can I share this on the show? You shared with me these toys, these collectible items.
Oh yeah.
And I geeked out. Right. What is your plans with that? I'm trying to see the picture. I think
we just sell them. We just sell them at the show. We
you guys get it.
Sold like 20 of them last night.
Look, and these collectibles. When I saw it, I was like, I want it. I was like, I need it.
That's how we're funding our gas across country. Is we're selling exclusive sprays, t-shirts, and the action figures at every show.
Yeah, and they look incredible, and I'm fanning out over it, and I and if you have more when you get more, just let me know because
of course
I need some. But go ahead, Jarrord.
I was waiting for the picture of the toy. Are you
I'm trying to find it right now. I'm on 1313 effects. I think I need to go ahead.
Is he grabbing one?
Yeah, I got one in here.
Heck yeah, let's go. First exclusive here on YupThatsScary. Look, we got Teddy.
Put a big screen. Can you put a big screen?
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to make a big screen. 1 second. Give me 1 second, Tom. I'm going to make you big
Remember,
screen.
boys and girls, wear your seatbelts all times inside a movie vehicle.
We're not moving. I stopped.
Look at that. That's awesome.
That is badass.
So this character, tell us a little bit about Teddy.
Teddy is well, without giving any spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Messed up kid that killed some people in 190 back in the present day.
Hey, let me say this, Brent. Teddy has a chainsaw, and let me say, Teddy knows how to use a chainsaw.
Well, there's always that thing in the haunted house where everybody says the chainsaws don't have blades, right? They're like, oh, it don't have a blade. It don't have a blade. Well, Teddy does.
Yeah. So tell me about Plan 10 Pictures.
Plan10 Pictures is a company that me and my wife started back in 2009.
Beautiful.
And we've been at it. We kind of took a break for a long time, and then with Teddy, we came back to it. Now I directed 2 other films, Las Vegas Frankenstein, Slasher Flick, and we're just using Plan 10 as a launching platform.
Awesome. Now, are you like with the success of Teddy? Is that going to allow more films come out? Like, what is your goal with Plan10 Pictures?
My goal is to. A lot of people say New Line is the house that Freddie built. I say Plan 10 is the house that Teddy built.
Claim it. Let's go.
We'll put out movies all around it, but we'll continue to make franchise films for Teddy as well.
So you want to take Teddy and make it like a franchise with multiple series and stuff. Is he going to go to hell?
He'll go to hell maybe in like part 9, but definitely go into space in part 4. 100% going to space.
Where can we find this movie? If we miss the tour, where can we get the movie? Where?
eventually when I'm done touring it. So I'm gonna tour across country, and then I plan on doing a Florida state tour, like South Florida, Central Florida, Northern Florida, and then I'd like to do a southern route, like come through Atlanta, North Carolina.
Nice.
And once I'm done building an army, I'll release it on DVD, Blu-ray.
Nice.
What about Tennessee? You going to completely skip over my state? You know, back home.
That'll probably be on the southern tour. You know, South Texas and back to LA.
Yeah. So let me just say this: you are doing an amazing job. You're killing the game. I'm so proud of all your successes and all your businesses that you're doing. It's literally giving me everything and keeping my passion up, my spark up, just to see someone like you that I can, someday be, and you're not just a mad scientist, but you're killing the game, and I'm just so happy to know you and consider you as a friend and have you on the show just to share your passion with us. So thank you so much. Yeah. Where can we find you?
I have Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
I can't get any more friends on Facebook because it's maxed out, but Instagram's good, and I don't know how to use it really well, but I try. So Plan10Pictures and the Monster Museum are run by a really responsible young lady, Kayla, and we'll get back to everybody, and it's awesome. So if you want to follow Tom Devlin's Monster Museum or Plan10Pictures, that's the best way.
Here we come, Vegas.
Look,
get your tickets, Willie.
Yes, 1313effects.com. We have Plan10Pictures.com. I'm gonna just go through them all. We have Tom Devlin's MonsterMuseum.com. And then the tour, where can they get the information on the tour?
All of it's on Plan10Pictures.com.
Thank you. So go to Plan10Pictures.com to get the information for the tour. You guys can get all the information and know where the stops are at, so you guys can be a part of it. And then he may revise that tour into a Southeast Coast tour. And then for the people in Atlanta, Tennessee, South Carolina, all you guys, Florida.
I mean, if it's in Atlanta, I guess I just drive up there.
Yeah, just drive down. Just drive down. You know what I mean?
We'll definitely be on film when we do the Southern tour. For sure.
Are you going to put the film? I mean, you mentioned a con. Are you going to try to make sure that this feature is going to be coincide with another con? Because I mean, I know that we'll eat it up.
Yeah, I mean, the conventions is tough to show the movie at because by the time it's time to do a screening, everybody goes to the bar, and it's tough because I mean, even good friends. I showed it in North Carolina at Mad Monster Party, and we had like 40 people come in, but there was probably another 20 or 40 in the bar that didn't make it. That was disheartening because it's like, guys, I was first look. So I don't know the conventions or the way to show the film, but once I show it in all the theaters, I'll have it at the.
I know Midsummer Screams do a good way of sharing some movies and whatnot.
Yeah. We deal with Midsummer Scream, and they were supposed to show all this exclusive stuff. We were supposed to have a panel, and kind of fell apart at the last minute. That was a bummer. But the guy who runs all that, he runs a website, Horror Buzz, and he really hooked us up on Horror Buzz.
Well, that's good.
Wait, hold on. I know. I popped out for a second earlier. You said he has a chainsaw. Did I hear that right?
Yeah, Teddy has a chainsaw, and you missed it. So because you popped out,
tell Teddy to hit me up because we'll be brothers on that.
Teddy don't know you, Britt. Dang, Teddy's about to. So is Teddy
get to know me? We get along. If he knows I have a chainsaw and he's got a chainsaw, we can get along just fine. Okay.
Well, he doesn't get along. He doesn't get along with chainsaw clown and all.
Will this be playing as streaming as well?
Once I'm done with the theatrical run and we go on, we release it. Yeah, I haven't decided who I'm going with, but I do partner with a streaming company with my other films, so we'll see what happens. But most likely it'll end up on Tubi and all that stuff.
Well, I know you are busy guy, and you got more traveling to do. I want to say thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for sharing your passion and your love with us. And safe travels to you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you so much. See you later, Tom.
All right,
Tom.
Again, a dear friend of mine that's just killing it. I love Tom. I'm dead serious. He is just incredible. Everything that he does, I fall in love with it. I'm a huge fan, and to know him and to actually to consider him a friend, just call on him, and he was like, "Yeah, I do it." Again, another person. Yeah, I'm in, Will, and it's so cool to have people like that that support you and will share their amazing dream with you. And so thank you, Tom, for being on there. That's incredible. I'm happy, guys. I'm happy. I'm sorry. I'm trying to retain myself, but I'm just so excited. I feel so blessed to be able to share this with you guys and to talk about, because I remember like not Beth, but Caitlin and I forget his name. I forget the crew name, Cat, but like they would wear his mask, and also Pierre would wear his mask, and I'm like, that's Tom Delvin's mask, and y'all, and if they're watching, you know, we had Tom Delvin on, and you know, and I remember sharing that Tom was coming on in the horror groups, and people were liking it. They were like, yes, Tom. So if they're watching, thank you guys so much for tuning in and seeing Tom, and he's killing it. And I can't wait to see this movie. Teddy told me to. So you guys, again, go to Plan10Pictures, Plan10Pictures.com to check it out. Whoa, whoa! I have all four of you guys there. And again, if you guys are listening and watching at home, we do apologize for the technical difficulties. It's just been crazy, but
it's been a rough day.
It's been a rough day, but we're still going, and we're still trying to get this word out. So
we're trying to preach the Lord's speech. We're going to tell you how it is. We're going to make that itchy booty hole go away to smooth cream.
I heard enough of that today, Jarrord.
Can we feel it now? Amen.
Okay, thank you for praying. And now here is an ad read from Brent. Take it away, Brent.
Here's an ad read from our sponsors. Looking to be a part of a community while getting dished out. Halloween horror and haunt industry happenings. Well, you're in luck. Word on the street is, yep, that's scary. Now a Patreon accepting like-minded individuals to engage, participate, and have a little fun within our new horror family. Get exclusive content, merch, and messages from the cast. Be invited to some exclusive members-only events and notable horror events. Sign up and become a Patreon member today.
Yo, if you like what you have just heard, subscribe now or forever hold your screams.